I mean, I think football has been a gift in my life. It helped me find my career, followed my passion, helped me find my voice. So I think I'd love to be remembered as someone that can share that with as many people as possible, create pathways for others to enjoy a journey and an opportunity in football, because I truly believe football brings people together. It helps young girls in learning life skills beyond the pitch. It really is, for some, it's a pathway, an opportunity to find a career and follow their passion. Part of it is just being, out there in terms of being an ambassador to try and make sure that federations and confederations know that we are here to support the member associations in their aspirations in football, not just women's football, but in football in general. So, it's really trying to stimulate and grow the game, whether it be through coaching pathways, through refereeing, or also player development. What I would say is that you can see the growth of Colombian football. I think for the women that they're incredibly competitive now at every age group. To see an under 15 team now out here training, watching the level of play. I'm a coach at heart, and so I truly look at the actual quality of the players. And I think the quality of the players, I mean, I've said this to people here, and two of the best players in the world in the women's game right now are Colombian. It's incredible the talent level. So it speaks a lot about more the participation, and there's this pathway that it's been created. So I think it's an exciting time. I think the fact that the senior team is young, it's exciting, because when you bring young players in, they bring an energy, they bring a fearlessness about them. You blend that a little bit with the experience, and then you have very competitive teams. I mean, we just saw it in the competition, the Copa Femenina. What an unbelievable final that game was. I mean, it had everything. But again, I think you saw young players stepping up and embracing the moment and showcasing the talent. So, to see young players at this age playing and the quality of the players, the future is incredibly bright. Part of my joining FIFA was really believing in the idea of making this game accessible to everybody and growing the game globally, and building a bigger footprint to provide access and opportunity, not just for the elite players, but also for the players at the grassroots. I think the important thing is what we try and do is, whether a player ends up playing for their national team in a World Cup, or whether they play until they're, going to school or the college years, it's making sure that journey is fulfilling as possible. Wherever their destination is, it's helping them enjoy it. It's feeling safe in that environment, but also challenging and stimulating them in terms of how they grow in the game. So I think, it's so important that we invest in the grassroots, because not only is it creating a pathway, it's igniting a passion. If you get young girls and boys falling in love with the game, then I think they want to stay in it. And whether they end up being fans, whether they referees or players, it's so important in those young early years that they have a great experience. I know that as a coach, you have to persist. You have to continue to believe. And I also think that when it's hard, you take more away from that. I always say, like, my losses, I've learned more from the losses than I have from the victories, because the losses are where you learn, take away, you add something, and you grow from it and you apply it later. So it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when it's going to happen, and that takes the belief of everybody, from the players to the fans to the federation. Everybody. I mean, listen. The reality is, there's been nations playing this game on the women's level for many years, competing in the 1991. So Colombia is still fairly new to the game, and to have the success they're having and being in finals, you get to a final, there's a chance to win. So I would say it's not. I would say continue to believe, continue to invest, and it will happen.